Aloha and welcome to Cocojor channel. I hope everyone is doing great, and this is something that people have been asking me to introduce to them or teach them how to do, and it simply is meditation. And meditation, there's so many different types of meditation that we can do. And some are very deep meditation where it goes for hours. Some uses tools, instruments, and just like what I have here is like my singing bowl and my bells and so forth. So we're going to go into that later on today. But since today is my starting of my meditation Monday, I decided to do this segment on the meaning of meditation. And my meditation, I focus on spiritual meditation, where really is learning about thyself, yourself. And this is something that can really drastically change your body, your physical, mental, and what you feeling each day. Sometimes just like now, especially on Mondays, people ask, why do you do it at a certain time? Or do you need to do meditation in the morning? Or do you need to do meditation in the evening? Well, this is why there's different kind of meditation that people do, just like yoga. Yoga is part of meditation. And so it's how and what we choose to do is to create that oneness. And that is really what meditation is about. And for me for my morning meditation, I go out to my garden, to my sanctuary. I water the yard. I just look at the beautiful fruits, flowers, and trees, the birds and the bees and the butterfly. And it's really coming down to feeling together with Mother Earth and using that frequency, using that energy to build me strong for myself in the morning. And how sometimes we get so emotionally attached to a conversation or the work we're doing, and we're just getting so pressured in that we need to take a break, right? And that's when meditation comes into play, whether it's that 1 minute meditation, a 3-minute meditation, 5 minutes, 30 minutes. It's really to really clear yourself, really center yourself, to feel that optimum breath of release. And so I'm going to put more information about spiritual meditation, but this is something I want to just kind of show you. And today I decided to bring in my whole entire kit in this one section. And I'm literally sitting here on a tatami. Whoops. And this is where I do where there's very good energy that is in front of the house, and the light brings in this clarity for me. And for me is I set up my station where I can really feel centered. And whether you want to have these things around you, some people may want to put, crystals. Some people may want to put up a candle. Some people may want to put up a Bible. Some people may want to put up meditation, chanting, or some kind of things that they feel blessed, holy, pure. And it's really up to you, because doing meditation is not a religious thing. It's a spiritual awakening for yourself. And so that's why this segment I really want to kind of show you the different things that I use. And I don't use it all one time, or sometimes I may use it all one time when I'm doing a chakra opening, you know? And so we'll take you into that right now. And so as you can see, oops, this thing doesn't hold that well, but I'm still working on my camera over here because it's a one-person show. And so we're over here where we have different kinds of bells. So each sound gives you that feeling of, oh, that's so smooth and dainty, and I'm getting into the stillness. And I do this when I had like a busy day and I want to cleanse myself, or when you wake up in the morning, you don't want something loud, you want something that's, and I do this even after I finish my yoga session. I clear out my chakra, my energy that you just kind of want to get rid of. It's like a detox way of pushing it all out, that vibration, that energy, that frequency. And so this little bell does this. And we have our other bell, which I use, is this one. And this bell has been with me for, geez, it's so old. I can't even remember, probably 30 years, I'm not sure, but it's so beautiful because when you look at it and how beautiful it's just rusting, and it shows its age of knowledge. And so this bell really, whoa, it waken up your organs of your body. And this telling me that, okay, whatever is going on, whether it's this, I need to face it. Whether it's your liver and the things that we have surrounding it, like a fatty liver, which nowadays is very common because of all these fast food, those that's out there, this heavy things that our liver system get fat around it. That is using, for example, if we have thyroid problem, if we have back problems, if we have leg aches, this awakens certain parts of your organ, your meridian line, and it gets me into that of chakras that's really affecting it. And so when I do my session, I use different kind of tools and instrument to guide me in what I can hear, the frequency, that vibration of what is going on. And so this is part of meditation, is when you start to open, truly open from the inside out. And by doing that, you start to have your system, your mind, your body, start to awaken your spirit. And once the spirit has been awakened, we can start to bring in really the technique of breathing. You know, because if we just go from the computer after going on to so many Zoom meetings and so many calls and so many, Mommy, I want this. Honey, did you go and pick up that? Or, Mom, are you okay? Do you have dinner for tonight? Mom, did you take your medication? The list goes on. And so going from that mindset and trying to make yourself meditate and going to get that breath of air, just like what happened, it's going to skip like this. You're not getting the proper air passing through your system, right? It's like you're starting up the car and you're already putting it into drive or reverse. You don't know which one, or neutral, because you have so many things before you run out of the door and you're just ready to go, zoom. And so meditation is a transition, a one state of mind going from to this. And how we can do this is really, and if we don't have these instruments to make us where we are, that's why I have my e-library. You can go straight in there and play it and put it in your ear. Or that way you can just go outside and listen to one of our meditation system, where it's either the tools, the sound system, or just me giving you inspiration, thoughts, and going through this meditation process. And so there's going to be a variety of different kind of meditation to choose from in our Cocojor channel, in our e-library. And so that's why really this course is really to tell you that there's no specific ways of how to do it. It's really how you want to curate your atmosphere. You know, this is really why I call it spiritual meditation, because it's the spirit that's curating your surroundings. And people may say this is not the proper way to do it, or that may not be the proper way to do it. But you know what? This meditation is for you only. And I'm just here giving you the tools on how we can use and access our inner guide, our inner soul, and all of this that's inside our body that, you know what, they need to rest. They need to take it easy. You know, they said, oh, well, they're resting while we're sleeping. No, when we're resting, when we're sleeping, if you're not in deep conscious, and this is where meditation kicks right in, where people do meditation right before they go to sleep, is because I do that, and it makes you go a lot more healthier in your sleep. And with that thought frame, because it's giving you your whole entire body system through your chakra, through your nerve system, through your spine, all of these healthy energy. And when we go into sleep or savasana or dead body pose, the frequency that's moving within ourselves starts to work its magic. You know? That's why when I was young, my mom used to always tell me, Neto Nauru, go to sleep, go to bed, you'll feel better, right? And so that motherly love of information comes from the heart. And so these essence of how we train our mind, our body, and our spirit, so our soul can just kind of relax and get a massage, like going to a spa day. And so these are the things of how we can step back and give ourselves, whether it's, like I said, whether it's that 1 minute, whether it's that 5 minute, or whether it's that 15 minutes, an hour. Once your body becomes into a habit, like I do it 3, 4, 5 times a day. Seriously, because I learned to control my mind, and it took a while. It took a lot of practice, and that's the reason why I keep on doing yoga, especially, hot yoga, is because, like Bikram yoga, all you do is survive in that room. The only person that can help you or take you is that mirror. And that mirror is really a reflection of your inside. And it's like an x-ray where you know why you're not bending this much or why this hurts, because everything about our body moves with what we bring in, our frequency. And us as human, we're creatures of bad habits, and we do things like when we're stressed or we're frustrated, we eat, we go into binges, we drink, we smoke, we, watch TV, or we work out so much that we can't even, we're hurting other parts of our body without properly planning, And so these are the things that we sometimes self-sabotage ourselves. It happens, and sometimes we don't even take notice that it happens. And turn around, we're smoking 5 packs of cigarettes. No, I don't know how many packs of cigarettes because I'm allergic to cigarettes. Or we drank our 3rd beer or 10th beer, or we're going after that TV switch, the remote control, watching another bin Netflix. Or, the list goes on. And so what we need to do is really focus and take that time of really self-meditation. And self-meditation, like I said, comes in very different form. And that's why I like to use spiritual meditation, because you can use it anytime, anywhere, any place. And I share with everyone because it doesn't matter what kind of religion you are or what kind of faith you have. It is the best one-stop medicine for yourself, and it really starts to help you, because then you stop to doing binge eating, or you kind of correct yourself before you go after that potato chips, or something like that. And so we always tend to be busy. Yes, I'm too busy to exercise, I'm too busy to meditate. It takes just you. Either you can be even in the shower. In the shower is one of the best meditation, because you're using water energy. And so that has another huge amount of ways to detox your body. I mean, I use that for dogs all the time, and you should see the results and how it works. Literally for 15 years, I've been doing it, and I've grown back dog hair. I stopped itching. I stopped so many different things. Why? Because I hit to the core of the problem. I mean, it's, people say, well, how do you know? And it's like the dog will tell you. It relaxes into an unconscious mind of trust. Unconditional love. It's a noble kind of love that manifests just between you and that dog. And we know we feel that because it happens to us all the time. That's why we just like, oh my God, oh, you're so cute, right? Because we're letting ourselves go and feel that bliss of love. Feel that energy and vibration. And that's what I'm saying is what meditation does for you. And so, you can have all of these things that I will be using as I close my series on meditation. And for me, it's really getting comfortable. I am who I am, and I will get comfortable to feel good. And so it could be, like I say, when you take a shower, when you take a long bath, when you go outside for a nice swim, whether it's in the Pacific Ocean or in the pool, water energy just does so much powerful flow of working that energy of positivity. Minds of things of imagination, of creativity will come. Like I'm watering the yard, watering the garden, and then oh my God, I have 1,001 ideas popping in because I let myself go. And that is something that people have a hard time doing. We always say to let go, let go. Let go means so many ways of letting it go. How much I let go through my garden of just watering it. And sometimes you wonder, how come that plant was thriving the other day, but it died? And that is a course of life, because when you let go the bad energy, sometimes it catches onto another. Just like with people. When you're in a big group at a party or with your friends, and somebody is being a negative Norman or Nancy, and all they do is talk about their divorce or talk about so-and-so. And, after a while, everybody's like, oh, God, can you just stop already? But some people like, oh, and then what happened? Really? And so you see how these energy that they're coming out, spitting out, fuming out, is sometimes toxic and sometimes it's not toxic. It's just of how we control the inner architecture of our body to accept things. Like for me, I do this as my job, as my career. I am an intuitive consultant. And it took a while for me to really learn how to put that wall, that bridge, when to cross and when to fold. And by doing that, I learned how to live a much more healthier, a much more better understanding of what my wants and needs are first, instead of, because we're such nurturing people, and people are very nurturing, and so sometimes that get the best of us, and people who are just takers will eat it all up. They'll be drinking that up and like, okay, I can keep on using that MO, the motive of operation, to talk to that person, because I know that person will listen to my problems, but they'll listen to my this or that, and then I can take, and some people do take advantage of certain situation. And so this segment about meditation is pulling out bits and pieces of how it can help you and how you can use this tool on really focusing on control and boundary and what kind of things that you accept into yourself. You know, for me is I listen to a 1 hour session. Oh my God. Oh, this person has so much drama, so much this and that. You know, and that's why I use these tools to help me clear the air, you know, so I don't get affected so hard. And if you don't have that tools, you know what? You can get one incense or you get one of this, and we'll go into this toolbox. But before we do that, my final bell is this bell I want to show. Yeah, look at this baby. This bell I use when I close them. This is the last bell that I use. It has 7 gods. This is like, oh my God, it's super old and super heavy. And so, oh, that bell is really heavy. So I use 1, 2, and 3. And so I use these as my purifier, my protector, my guardians of, you know, what I'm going to bring in. Because sometimes when you don't do that, you get other people's, especially for empath and people who does healing, you get other people junk into your body. And you don't want that, because sometimes you may suffer later on, maybe the next day, that evening, that next week, because it may linger somewhere into somewhere. Because we have a memory reflex, and sometimes that swallows up that energy. And, you know, it's good to be healing, but it's also good to be protecting yourself. And so these are some of the things that I use. And before I go into my box, I'm going to light up some candles. I have some of my essential oil going over here, because we're talking about subject on meditation and the things that we can use to clear out the air. It doesn't mean that you have to rush out and get bells and this and that. No. That's why we have different things that we can also clear ourselves. This is our smudge sticks that we make out here at Cocojor Garden. And if you have come to my Moon Series workshop, we created right here. And so this way I teach about different technique on how we can, you know, clear. We can do this. Today is the 31st. Tomorrow is the new moon, right on Chinese New Year, the lunar cycle. And so this is one way that we can do as well too. And there's ways on how we can remove it and how we can take it out. And so that's where, because if I do every single one, it's gonna be going on forever. So I'm gonna break it down to segments. So if you want to learn more about how to do with smudge sticks, that's a different series. And so this way you can go and do your back, clear out your legs, and so forth. So this is really homemade smudge sticks that you can do, or you can either order it online. So before I do, any kind of things, I use my smudge stick. Even for your computer. Nowadays, technology, you carry many different energy, many different vibes from there. So that's another way to do that. And different kind of incense. Nowadays we have so many selection of incense that you can buy. And so for me is I have different variety of incense, of things that I use for certain times. And I get a little shell. You can get a clam shell or a peahy shell like this, and use this to put your incense right over there. And so these are like things that you can use to have, like, maybe when you do it on your new moon time, or full moon time, or when you just want that breath of fresh air and you need to clean out your space. These are just some of the tools that I use. And if you want to learn more about it, I'm going to put it into my segments of, like I said, meditation, because meditation has so many different information, and these kind of information is good to have, and you can pick and choose what really resonate to your program, your system, and how you're going to create this, because this is really what meditation is all about. It's really giving you that time of bliss where you and yourself really unplug from your everyday things that's happening. And if you say you don't have the time, well, I guess you're not ready for really finding yourself. I mean, let the truth be told, because we're so busy, and believe me, I've done that. And that's why I slow down to focus more on this, excuse me, as well as sharing my knowledge. So for me there was just so many information and so many choices. I don't know which way to go, but nobody really told me what I should do or how I should do it. Well, this Meditation Monday teaches somebody where they have choices, or who just started to meditate, or people who is already meditating but want to try a different way of meditation. Because like yoga, right? There's so many different types of yoga, and some people stick with a certain type of yoga. And whatever, because everyone's different. There's nothing to talk bad about the other way. You can't talk bad that, doing that kind of yoga, I don't like it, it doesn't work. Or, doing that kind of meditation, it doesn't work. But you know what? That meditation works best for you. And so I'm just giving you tools, and how to do it is your choice to either do it or not do it. Because sometimes when we go to some of these courses, they say, well, you have to do this, or you need to buy this. The most cheapest meditation is taking a shower, literally, and using these natural energy tools that's out there, whether it's the water, whether it's the earth. Man, when I'm so up, like, I want to just get it all out, I go and go into the dirt and start pounding the dirt, or planting something, or getting the vegetables or flowers, and then my mind goes to a different state of another meditation, of appreciation, of gratitude. Because that's the things that we can learn from the earth energy. And so, these are times where, there's a lot of different kind of courses and a lot of different ways of doing it. But if you understand how to do spiritual meditation, guess what? All these things can work. That's right in front of us. Air meditation. What is air meditation? Air meditation is literally standing there where you can find a good gust of wind and focusing yourself to detox through the wind. Sometimes we never, maybe we need to try that. Go down to the beach, you get how much different elements just being there. 3 different elements already. Actually, you have 5 different elements, right? You have the wind energy, you have the water energy, you have the earth energy. And so by using this is really the spiritual meaning of how to connect to these outlets. There are literally outlets out there that we just need to unplug ourselves in our everyday life, right? But sometimes, we can't even find that plug to plug it in because we're not thinking. You go to the airport, there's so many things going on, right? And everybody's looking for a free plug to boost up our cell phones, right? This is the kind of life that we're living right now that we can't, or we make ourselves think that we don't have that time. And so this Meditation Monday is really about, finding ourselves, finding the meditation that works for you. There is people that have nowadays online courses or online subscription. Some of it has these free subscription for 14 days or 1 week or 3 days. Try it out. But before you do that, you can always go to my YouTube channel and look about this subject I'm talking about, meditation. Because, like I said, meditation is really a journey of many different kinds of way that we want to use within our life, and because meditation works around the clock 24/7, 7 days a week, use it to our advantage. Sometimes we don't use what we got, and then at the last minute we like, oh my god, we forgot to use it. It's like our airline mileage, right? Airline mileage is what? It's literally free air, and they call it mileage. So think of meditation as your mileage, where you put in, the more you put in, the more you gain for your next leg, right? Your next journey, your next destination. And it's just like when you go into a lot of things of like different kind of courses nowadays that are out there. And if you don't know and you just sign up for everything, and then next thing you know, you look at your computer and you have like 5-6 different invitations to go to all these different classes and all these different courses and things like that. And you're like, okay, let me check this, let me check that. And then you go, and then one day you're like filled with so much Zoom calls, so much sales calls, so much everything, that your life is like, oh, what happened? I thought I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Or, oh, what happened? I thought I wanted to get self-help. Oh, what happened? I wanted to get a certain thing, right? And so that's why I'm saying meditation is something that is really to organize, to cleanse, and to stay focused on your true journey, which is your heart and your soul. And so when we think about these things about the spiritual meditation benefit. The benefit of doing meditation is really getting yourself to yourself. Sounds so simple, because it is. We just are, like I always say, we are a creature of bad habits, that we make these excuses that we can't do this or we can't do that. And sometimes we go in too many different doors to find it. But how can we find it when we can't even find our own benefit to how to apply it? Right? Sometimes it's just like mileage. We ride on 10 different air carrier, but none of it gets the mileage to our destination, because we spread ourselves too thin to many different things. Focus, 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 number one, is yourself. Do it in the morning when you brush your teeth, right? Number one meditation is looking yourself in thy mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? And so we have to really, it's so funny when I do my courses on the mirror, people's like, I didn't really look at myself in the mirror like that. And I said, because nobody really gave you the tools and how to do it. And it's simple tools, because it all starts with looking at yourself. And once you find that point of center right here, then you can focus and say, oh God, my teeth. Oh God, my eyes. I have bags under my eyes. When did I start getting these circles around here? When I start to get this bump over here? Why is my chest has this bump over here? Then you start to self-examine yourself, because then that's saying your inner organs, your inner self, and say, hello, you finally recognize me that you might have skin cancer over here. Hello, you finally recognize that you need to get to the dentist before your problem gets worse. Hello, why are you getting bags under your eye, and why your eyes are puffy? Your body's saying, because look at your liver, there's fat around it. Look at your kidney, it's not feeling so good. And so that's why I'm saying is we have to be in tune with our body every morning, because some morning I wake up and I said, man, I got to do something with my hair. And I've been procrastinating on what I want to do because I don't know what to do. And so that procrastination is only getting me more irritated, because, oh no, I got to look good because I'm going to go and start my new series. I'm going to be on the camera. I got to start taking care of the way I look, the way I feel, And so that's why it's so important to really reflect. Number one, in the morning, is thyself. Look at yourself, mirror, mirror, meditation. Okay? So remember that. Mirror, mirror, meditation. And that way, nothing is wrong when you start to self-analyze yourself, because we're so busy brushing our teeth. We're just doing what? In motion, washing our face, flossing our teeth, putting on our makeup, whatever. Shaving our face, whatever. But that is when we need to say, when we shave our face, oh wow, how does your skin feel? How does your skin feel? Have you gotten any kind of blemishes? Why is this side a little bit more like this than the other side? So you got to start to really see this, and next thing you know, it's not being, you know, keep on looking at yourself because you want to look good, or oh, I'm so handsome. Yes, everybody's beautiful, first of all. So it's not about me being beautiful, me being bright, me being this. Those are self affirmations that we do already. But before we give ourselves the goodness, we got to take out the bad, right? You keep on putting on these makeup, but then underneath, once you wash your makeup, you see all that realness. So, and how you can do that, you need a detox from the inside out. And by doing that, we start to see how all of this machine of yourself works. And so that is number one meditation that you do in the morning, is the mirror meditation. Second, what I do is I go outside, whether it's raining, whether it's beautiful sunshine, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. And that's when I just take my breath, close my eyes, stand still, and listen. And when we do that, really put in some kind of gratitude in your prayer. And pray, really pray that I'm thankful for today. And once you start being thankful and putting prayers, you start to acknowledge the thoughts, right? The frequency and the vibration is going to start to change. Oh my God, it's so cold. I'm under it, like almost 40 degrees out here, but it's okay. Your body and your senses will tell you when to go back into the house. Or if it's too hot. It's 120 degrees out here and I'm sweating but you know what? That's the great thing about meditation. You won't even notice that because you're so in deep thoughts. Because your body, your soul is start to open up to acknowledge what's happening, the experience that's happening. Like, how did that just happen, right? You can hear the bird. You can hear this. All of a sudden, your senses start to be awakened, acknowledging and awaken. You can hear the bird. You can chirping. You can hear the waterfall going. You can hear that rustle of that air going through your hair. These are different frequency that's cleansing your body, and you start to feel, because your thoughts is going to a different level. And so we have different frequency, right? No level is the same pitch. And so that pitch of yourself is rising. And during that process of rising, we can feel of trusting the process. We don't know what it is, but I can sure hear that bird. I can sure feel that glistening of that snow on top of me, or that radiant sun that's hitting my back. You start to experiencing the process because you just chose right there that comfortable position to let go, to believe in the process, because then your body is acknowledging yourself. And that prayer that you just did is really redefining yourself. Really, really redefining yourself, because sometimes in the morning we be too busy in front of the mirror putting on so much, makeup or this and that. We're putting so much energy into 1 hour of this and that, when we can really refresh ourselves by doing your maintenance, brushing teeth, doing this and that. And before maybe you decide to put on the makeup, or no put on the makeup, or decide to just don't go without a shave, go outside after you brush your teeth and examine yourself. Because when you go outside and say that prayer of gratefulness, thank you for giving me this well-being, this health. I know there's something that I need to go and check on. And during that time, you wouldn't even know that you're talking to a higher God within yourself, because you're asking for help. You are releasing yourself in feeling. Because a lot of times that, we feel we have too much pride that we don't want help, or we have, I can handle this one, But then we stress out and we go to bed and we bring this repeat of unhappiness, of unpeacefulness, of unstability-ofness. We all have choices, right? And our choices of either being into the ungroup or being in the will group. I will seek help because I don't feel good. I'm mentally feeling very unstable. Wow. Powerful words that you are asking, and you're releasing yourself, and you sometimes see yourself crying because you are finally releasing that funnel of yourself to maybe trust the process of somewhere that it could happen, somewhere where this help will reach out to you. There's always in life, they talk about karma. That word karma is such a very strong word. And when we talk about karma and how it processes through our life, it's really on how we bring into our life each and every day. How is really starting off with the silent meditation. 2 things, right? I showed you. Mirror meditation, and acknowledging that, going outside and feeling that energy. And the third one is throughout the day, really letting yourself open to find time to find you. And so we're over here almost 1 hour. Can you believe it? Because I sure can talk. And we did learn about the different types of bells and things of tools that I use. Woo! So it's now time for awakening and time for really meditating. And we have sometimes our beads, different types of beads that we use to Ogamo, to pray. And now we're really going to open up the sound and using my singing bowl. I do, which is a prayer wheel. And this I spin around so the prayers will go all over the world. Namaste. Aloha.